allow me to show you where LeBron can shoot from. About here. Let's call it quits right here.
Good morning. Yeah, I actually need these today. As predicted, I mean, a lot of you guys nailed it. I see it in your comments, those of you who watched that disastrous playlist I put up last night of the game. But I said, who are they going to blame now? Who are they going to blame now? And even though Shannon, very briefly, admitted that LeBron was terrible.
LeBron, there's a game going on. What? That's Westbrookian. LeBron, what was that? LeBron, wake up. LeBron, what? Up and no place to go. That's Westbrookian. What? LeBron, you hit him in the shins.
He and Skip then proceeded to explain that LeBron was terrible because of everyone else. I mean, it's never, ever, ever going to be this guy's fault. What Rob Pelinka put around James is why LeBron's playing bad. A few things. We all know that the Lakers basically were destroyed and became helpless in what they could do because all the good drafting work that they had been doing was destroyed by LeBron's insistence on bringing in Westbrook and always moving around pieces that can carry LeBron. Secondly, this isn't a bad team. Everyone's going to keep saying it's a bad team. How is it that they are, what was it, second in defense? Bad teams don't rank second in defense, and they're leading the league in steals? So then we're going to go to the shooting, and that's what today's episode is going to be about, the shooting. But before we get to the shooting, because that's definitely the main topic, let's also talk about LeBron he basically blamed his teammates because he was trying to get his teammates involved. What does LeBron getting his teammates involved look like? It looks like LeBron dribbling, and then chucking the ball to somebody who has to be like, well, shit, now what do I do with this? You know, he's not setting them up for success. He's giving them a piece of shit ball with shit all over it and saying, make this look pretty. And is LeBron getting doubled? I think I've seen him get doubled once or twice. So again, with this whole idea that he is setting his teammates up for success, you know, like drawing the double team and kicking it out, I don't see him drawing a double. I see him backing into a smaller defender whom in many cases you've never even heard of, and then he can't even finish in that situation, and he rises up and looks for someone to chuck the ball to. If that's your idea of getting your team involved, please don't ever have me on your team. And no matter who's on the team, that doesn't mean you have to make a bad pass. You know, Michael Jordan could be on his team or I could be on his team. That doesn't excuse LeBron for throwing the ball at people's feet or throwing the ball into a wall of defenders. How does he get off the hook by saying I was trying to get my team involved? You made bad passes. And another point, I mean, I was ripping on some of the Nuggets players last night, like that Brown dude, and who was guarding LeBron, by the way. LeBron has the easiest assignments on the court and still can't get shit done. But my point is, stop acting like the Lakers roster is so much worse than everyone else's. Take a look around the league. Take a look around the league. You know, Shannon clowning on Juan Toscano-Anderson being on the roster. I was pretty sad when the Warriors lost Juan Toscano-Anderson. He looked pretty good with the Warriors. How come around LeBron James he doesn't look good anymore? Shannon clowned on Reeves. You know what the announcers were talking about at the beginning of the game was Reeves' triple-double against the Nuggets last year when LeBron was on the bench. Shannon ripped on AD as well. I didn't think AD looked that bad. In fact, at the beginning of the game, I thought he was owning Jokic, actually. I don't have the time to go back, but I'll bet you I'll bet you that Shannon was ripping on Caruso, Pope, anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. Okay, so let's get to the shooting. And I actually recorded a lot of this video yesterday, and I said, you know what, I'm going to wait until tomorrow just so that I have another game's worth of stats to look at the shooting, and then I'll tie that in. All right, so we're looking at last night's game chart, and this is just LeBron's shots, and as usual, everything is in the restricted zone. He's got one mid-range at about the free throw line. He's got his 2 3-pointers, and everything else is right at the rim. Turns out this is true for all of the games. Here's the Portland game. It's even crazier than the last chart that I showed. Look at that. I mean, LeBron can barely shoot outside of the restricted zone. And then he's got those 2 3-pointers. Everything else is a red X. Here we have the Clipper game. Once again, almost everything is right at the rim. Wow, LeBron, he ventured into a mid-range shot. And then there's his 2 makes from beyond the arc. Finally, going back to the Warrior game, this was LeBron's big night because he made 3 3-pointers for a big 30% shooting that night. Look how close to the rim he is on everything else, and he's still managing to miss a few down there. The point I'm getting at, if you take away his easy layups on those kindergartner baskets right under the rim, you have LeBron shooting 25%, 22%, 25%, and then the Warriors game was his big 30%. So your supposed best player on the team is shooting in the 20s. Let me throw this stat at you that I just saw today. Guess who's leading the league? Not his team, the league in turnovers. LeBron James. He's not just leading his team in turnovers, he's leading the league. And he's a bad shooter and a defensive liability, but it's his teammates' fault. Thanks to all of these shots that LeBron takes right at the rim, his total field goal average is 45%. Giannis, by comparison, is almost 68%. And Giannis is a better 3-point shooter than LeBron as well. Now look, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with dunking. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with finishing at the rim. Obviously, Michael Jordan did a lot of finishing at the rim, but Michael was making his own opportunities. Michael had incredible moves and was going around or over defenders, whereas LeBron James is just waiting for a little opportunity to cut to the basket after his teammates have set him up for an easy layup or an easy jam. The exception to that rule is when LeBron James commits an offensive foul and gets to go to the free throw line instead of picking up that foul. This next detail is very important. Please pay attention, because LeBron James, despite all of those easy layups, despite taking all of those shots right at the rim, is still attempting almost 41% of his shot totals from the 3-point line, even though he's averaging 25.7% from the arc. He's still taking so many that it makes up 41% of his shot total. With those statistics in mind, I would have to say that that's not good decision making. That's not good shot selection. So what are LeBron fans going to say in defense of that? He has no choice because no one on the Lakers can shoot. I'm so glad you brought that up, because let's take a look at exactly how the rest of the team compares to LeBron when it comes to shooting. Okay, Nuggets game. For the sake of time, let's just look at everyone who shot better than LeBron James. Lonnie Walker, 42.9. Anthony Davis, 57.9. Austin Reeves, 60%. Juan Toscano-Anderson, 50%. Damian Jones, 50%. Matt Ryan, 66.7%. All those guys beat LeBron's shooting percentage, even though we're still counting LeBron's silly layups in those stats. LeBron's still only at 38%. Now, the story is the same for the next few games, and a lot of you might be thinking, yeah, but look, they only took a couple of shots. You know, you can't get excited about someone who shoots 50% if you only took 2 shots or 4 shots. Well, that's exactly my point, actually. And we're going to look at the other games because it's a similar story. But LeBron James is supposedly trying to get his teammates involved. LeBron James is supposedly losing because of how bad of a shooting team he's on. If your other good shooters are only getting 4 attempts, that's not a formula for success. Why is LeBron James, who is a terrible shooter, still taking all of those shots? If he's getting other people involved, why are they only getting 4, 5 shot attempts? Some of these people are getting 1 shot attempt, 2 shot attempts. When you only get 2 shot attempts per game and you still manage to make 50%, you are certainly more clutch than LeBron James. That's hard.
This is so important, I'm compelled to show it in yet another way. Austin Reeves has attempted 15 shots this season. This season, LeBron is attempting 21 per game for a total of 86. Giannis, by comparison, has only attempted 62. Giannis's 62 attempts has achieved 108 points. LeBron has attempted 24 more than Giannis to achieve less. LeBron ranks 17th in efficiency in the NBA and is taking the most shots on his team. Maybe that has something to do with why the Lakers are losing. Just like they lost all the games that LeBron had big scoring nights last year.
This is the cover that I almost used for the Blazers game. I think I'll go back and change it because I mean it. Austin Reeves is on the bench watching LeBron James get blown by and then watching LeBron James miss the game winner. I would have rather had Austin Reeves playing defense, and I would have rather had Austin Reeves taking that shot. No joke. I feel like there aren't any more LeBron lovers, haters of me on this channel anymore. They've been scared off. I guess the facts are too harsh for them. But I'd love for one of them, someone explain to me how it's your teammates' fault when you aren't even letting them shoot.
Continuing on, this is the Clipper game. Walker with 42%. Anthony Davis, 56%. Reeves, 50%. Matt Ryan, 50%. Damian Jones, 50%. And even Toscano Anderson, 42.9%. All of those people a higher shooting percentage than LeBron James. Again, I've got to emphasize that that's including LeBron's easy layups. And they're still shooting a higher percentage than him. Without those layups, LeBron's, well, jeez. Okay, here is the Blazer game. So, Lonnie Walker with 53% shooting. Oh my God, LeBron had 54. I guess I can't list him. And that was all layups, though, as we know. So, Anthony Davis was 52%. Reeves was 40%. Toscano Anderson, 66.7%. Damian Jones with 50%. Okay. Finally, here is the Warrior game. Okay, not a good night for Walker. LeBron James, 46% for layups. Anthony Davis was 45%. Westbrook was 58%. Nunn was 55%. Okay, so on that night, only several people were better than LeBron James. On the other nights, most people are better than LeBron James.
There is a guy on there who is consistently low, and that's Pat Beverly in his shooting percentage. So I got to ask you, did the Lakers bring Pat Bev over for his shooting? Is that what Pat Bev was doing for his former teams? Pat Bev is known for his defense and not much else. So why is it suddenly that the Lakers are losing because of Pat Bev not being able to contribute to the offense? He wasn't expected to contribute to the offense anywhere else that he was at, but now it's his fault that LeBron James is losing. Now, yesterday before the game, Skip and Shannon's episodes said that the Lakers would win against the Nuggets without Russ playing. Well, that didn't come true. But before that, they also said the Lakers need to just stop talking about Russ. And then they proceeded to talk about Russ. I mean, it's this easy pickings, embarrassing, redundant crap on that show. But the most interesting thing that they said yesterday, and by interesting, I mean disgusting, was that Russ is wide open. Hey, Russ, there's a reason that you're wide open. No one is more wide open than LeBron James. I don't think I've seen anyone left more wide open. I don't think I've seen any defense give less of a shit about someone at the perimeter than LeBron James. You've got a guy who has the green light from his coach, and his teammates don't have any choice in the matter, so I guess they have given the green light as well. He has the green light to take whatever shot he wants to. He's also getting the green light from the other team because they aren't bothering to guard him. And yet, the only thing he can make are shots that are about 1 to 2 feet from the basket. That's where I'm comfortable shooting. So LeBron James is at my skill level. No, I'm actually pretty good at the mid-range as well. I'm about as good as LeBron James from three-point land.
Which is my way of saying that I'm terrible. But am I as bad as LeBron? Yeah, I edited out some misses, but my percentage was still higher than 30. And yeah, no one's guarding me. But that pretty much makes me the same as LeBron James in an NBA game, doesn't it?